Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope yesterday was good. We slayed it yesterday. We had TKLF out the open, which was beautiful. And overall, just a nice day. A good trading day, good day after trading. And hopefully today is another one of those. So, how's everyone doing? Gallon a day keeps the doctor away, okay? Okay. Let's get started. I hope you guys are doing well. LGVN. Let's start off with this. I like to use protected candles, as you guys know, and in making my pre-market morning plans, I like to see which candles had strength, which candles had weakness. So overall, on all of these candles, it does seem like the candle close was pretty strong. Strong candle close here, strong candle close here, strong candle close, strong candle close. But then we had some sellers come in here. So this whole area is going to be pretty big resistance, right? This rejection broke over. This is where we had rejections and then a flush down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw out this zone as clear resistance, right? You guys can see there's a flush, right? This whole zone. And then right here is where we just kind of cliffed off, right? So that's my zone. My support zone now is going to be this zone right here where we had a strong candle close with some nice volume rolling in, right? So nice candle close. We have this lower wick here as support. What I would like to see on LGVN is a break below this zone, a break below this wick, okay? I want to see a break below this wick right here, grab liquidity and stop losses, and start to reclaim back up to head back probably towards VWAP, and then this zone right here. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking for. Break below this wick, look for a liquidity sweep to head back towards VWAP in this upper zone. Okay, that's what we see on the intraday time frame. Okay, that's what we see on the intraday time frame. Now let's draw a line here too so we can reference it on the daily and the weekly. We have buyers coming in here, okay? So now we're going to try to see why are buyers stepping in here and why are sellers stepping in here. More so like right here. Okay, why are sellers stepping in here? So if we go to, let's just say the larger time frame. First, we're going to start off with the quarterly. Okay, wait one sec. 407, 491. I'm gonna remove the rest. Okay, here's what we have on the quarterly. We have 407 and 491. Not really sure why sellers or buyers are coming in at 407, but if we look at 491, we can see we have sellers at 554 or 549. Sorry. So clear selling pressure at 549. Last time we broke over it, we had a lot of selling pressure as well. So next time we break over 545, what do we expect? Probably to have a lot of selling pressure. Okay. So there's not that much room on the stock. I mean, maybe from 407, but let's drop down to the time frame on the monthly and see what's going on here. Okay. Now 407, you can see why buyers stepped in now a little bit more clear than the monthly, right? On the quarterly versus the quarterly. On the monthly, you can see that why did buyers step in here at 407? Okay, makes sense, right? 417, we have a lower wick, so where buyers were. So for me, clear entries would be this 417 crack, right? Crack below 417, reclaim it, head back towards 540. That's kind of that zone for me. Now let's see how exactly it's happened. Okay, I think honestly this is a pretty beautiful entry for LGVN to head back towards this high with VWAP and 537. I think this is a pretty good entry, right? This is something that I would take, and as you guys can see, it's starting to heat up as we're talking about it, as we're marking out the levels. So I think it heads back towards VWAP and towards this 491, etc. Trade it or don't, doesn't really matter. We'll just see how it plays out. Okay. And then let's check out the weekly. All right. Okay. So this 417 still remains pretty strong. We want to see it break below that 417, which we did, and head back towards 550, which is exactly what's happening. So I would say just keep this 417 level on watch today. I like it a lot. I like that big wick break, because then once we collect liquidity here, we are forced to push back up towards the wick fill, which is towards 530s on the larger time frame. So we do have a lot of room to run. Okay. Now let's move on to let's write this down. One sec. Okay, so you guys can write down your morning plans as well. LG, just writing down my key level, 417 soaks. That's what we want to look for. And then target towards 5. And then you want to see how that plays out later in the day. All right, so that's how you review in after hours. Once you know your key level, then you review in after hours later. Okay. So we have that level. Now let's move on to the next one. What else is going? Pre-market. ADTX. Let's check that out, and then we'll go through the list. First. APVO looks pretty nice. It wants to explode. LCFY actually looks pretty explosive here. Let's go over that first. I mean, APVO looks good too, but I think we're a little bit late to that. LCFY looks like one that we can kind of trade soon. Okay, so we have a lot of buyers step in here. One thing I don't like about this off the bat is that the candle close here, right? It's pretty weak. It's a pretty weak candle close. Sellers come in and start to push it all the way down. Buyers buyers step in again and start to push back up. I would say for entries, we want to see this level hold, right? Basically, what's going on right now is we tank down here, right? Or maybe it's a fake candle, but let's just say we held this level, right? Now, because we broke over it, we've broken through all the liquidity here, right? We've broken through what you previously see is something like this, where you pop into it, you reject it because there's leftover selling orders here. There's leftover sell orders here, right? Because there's no wick here. There's no it's just leftover orders here. So when it comes back up here, it's going to be hitting sell orders. So we hit the sell orders, we come back down. Okay, and buyers still hold this level. So after we hold this level, now we push through all those sells. Now all those sellers are gone. Okay. Now what's going to happen is that because all these sellers are gone, we're looking to flip this resistance into new support. Okay. So now this whole area of like 650. Okay. So this lower wick 650, we're going to look for like a 652 crack, something like this. Break below 652, reclaim, and head back up. Okay. That's on the smaller time frame, 5 minute. Okay. Now let's take the 30 minutes kind of ugly. See, that 30 minute is pretty ugly, not gonna lie. Okay. Let's check out the larger time frame if there's anything significant for us. So where are buyers stepping in? Where did buyers start stepping in? Right here. Okay, buyers started coming in here. Now we see why are buyers here and why are sellers here. We'll make this one green. Let's go to the quarterly. So you can see why buyers stepped in kind of on this lower wick, right? We can see why buyers stepped in, super low wick. I would say the key levels here are this and this, just to respect key candle levels. All right, so from 545, we target 7. From 7, we either target back to 549 or we make 7 support and then target 907. Okay, so those would be my levels. So once we make 7 support, then we have room to 9. But that's what we'd be looking for at first, for 7 to become support. So I'm going to keep this line here as a another miniature support line. Okay, like, hey, I'm looking for a crack of this, reclaim of 7. Once we reclaim 7, we head towards 9. Okay, that would be my game plan here. I need 650 holds though, like 650, 648, 645, whatever. Just sweep here, reclaim 650, and head towards that. Okay, that would be my game plan here. Let's go over ADTX. Once again, not a huge fan of these candle closes, right? That's pretty hideous. 30 minute, it's not terrible if we can kind of reclaim 275 with strength and then start to push back up, but that rejection is kind of ugly to me. Okay, so you guys can see we had rejection, and we candle closed over that rejection level, and then with the highest volume on the day, but still one of the smallest moves on the day, right? We have the highest volume, but then a super small move compared to this volume. Right, so that just tells me right here that sellers freaking soak the crap out of this thing. Okay, I'd be like, that would be my selling zone. Like right here, that would be selling pressure zone. So we have more room to the downside than we have to the upside. You know, like more. There's so much selling up here, where like every pop is just it's not a good trade to me, right? You have so much room to fill this gap. But let's check out the larger time frame. Okay, let's see why buyers came in here. Maybe we can find a significant key level within this gap to be able to trade. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go to the weekly, the quarterly. Why did buyers come in here? Not sure why. Drop down to the monthly. Why did buyers come in here? Not sure why. So we drop down to the weekly. A little bit more interesting now, right? We can see why buyers came in on ADTX. We can see why buyers came in on ADTX. Just this lower wick right here. So what we're going to do is draw out this zone. Okay. Okay, we're going to draw out that zone. Now that we have this zone, we can kind of zoom out and see that, okay, this is all the way down here. Never mind, we're at 260. Let's check out where we are at 260. What's going on? We're at 260 right now, so we're pretty freaking high if you look at the larger time frame. We are pretty freaking high. For me, the significant key level would probably be either this zone right here, pull back into like 235, and then if we hold 235, start to push back into 270 and then threes. That would be my game plan. Turn this into support. Okay. That would kind of be my game plan here. Or we look for 213s, which would be even better, but I don't know if we get it. We have to see how it looks like on the larger time frame. Or sorry, on the smaller time frame. So 214 is probably, I don't know. Does 214 happen? That's pretty low. Would I be even interested there? It would have to depend on how the chart's setting up. But yeah, you guys can see we drew out clear resistance right here. My buy zones would be in here rather than trying to buy in resistance. So this would be like price target when I'm buying. So could it go? Maybe. Anything is possible, but does it make sense for me to trade it as a momentum trader who's looking for good risk reward trades? Probably not, at least for me. So ADTX waiting for dips in that zone. SHIM, what's the float here? 1.8. Okay, this started running in after hours yesterday. Even in after hours, we haven't, after the after hours run, we actually held up in pre-market. So we're holding up pretty nicely, which is kind of impressive, right? We have a lot of buyers holding this stock up. Even after this selling pressure came in, it's not like it completely dumped. Buyers are still present here. Now the issue is we don't want buyers to completely use all of their power right now. So I'm going to see why is this level holding up? Why are we basing here? And also why buyers came in here. Okay, and then why sellers came in here. So from the quarterly, don't really see anything that we can use levels off of, right? Monthly, let's see what's going on. Okay, perfect. You guys see this lower wick? This is why buyers came in, obviously. So 216, we're at 299 right now. So if you look at 216, that's significant. We have a gap to fill at 385, which is probably the top on this stock. Now let's see from 214 to 385. Okay, 214 to 285. That's what we're holding right now. We have room until, okay, we hit 349. That's exactly why we rejected, because of where the candle close was, right? So if we soak off of under 285 once again, we're probably going to target towards that 350. That's probably the only two levels that I'm looking at here, 285 and 350. Once again, 285 was, actually that was just intraday. All right, 285 right here, which is the candle close. 293. That's what I would look for. A little bit more important. So I'll look for 293 holds for 350. Am I a huge fan of this? Not really. Am I going to trade this? Probably not. Okay, APVO. What's going on here? There's a lot going on here. So we have the initial pop, right? But not the strongest candle close. Okay. Not the strongest candle close. But then after that, we have more buyers step in, fresh buyers step in. So where are the fresh buyers sitting at? After rejection, fresh buyers start to come in through this candle right here. Okay, rejection, and then it should have rejected, but buyers held it up. So what are we going to do? We're going to draw that zone out. Right, this is where fresh buyers are sitting. This is where I'm a little bit interested. We are rejecting it right now. What I would wait for here was a pop and then a dip. I want to see it clear this candle open level first. Right now, it's still rejecting it. So we want to see a big push through and then a pullback into one of these levels. All right. So until this breaks out, I'm not going to be playing dips, but just to have some levels to play pullbacks right here. Like if we break out and then take a pullback here. Yeah. Other than that, APVO, not a huge fan. Let's check out the larger time frame though. Is there anything significant? Like why are buyers stepping in at 46? Nope. 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 No, nothing really. Not much room on this stock, at least for me. Maybe the gap to fill to like 50, but still, that's not that much room. But I'll just keep it on watch. Probably not going to be a trade for me. It just depends on the stock setups. But from pre-market right now, doesn't look like a trade for me. Okay, ASST. Whoa, what's going on here? So obviously a full-blown short attack. Shorts cover right here, whatever. Candle close into support, and then longs have their turn, right? And then we start to reject here again. I think that we're going to start to bounce in this 185 level, this previous structure, and start to head back towards 250. So this is what I would be watching, something like this. Okay, this is what I'll be watching on asset. All right, we look for a crack below, and also this lower wick actually. So that's resistance. That's going to be that's support. This is going to be resistance right here. You guys can see this is acting as resistance. Once we make 204 support, it's lights out for 250. In order to make 250 support, we're probably going to have to bounce in this area. Once we bounce and reclaim this 195 to 2, that's when I'll be interested. Is this bounce this bounce is more of like a high risk play, right? I would personally probably not taking it down here, but I would like to see it bounce. If it does bounce down, I'd be interested in taking it at that 195 to 204. But I think it needs to pull back a little bit more. You guys see this is where the volume came in, so probably at least down to 192 right now is just not perfect. At least where this volume is coming in at. GDTC, yikes. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this stock just based off of that, but sometimes what happens is they clear up all the liquidity here and it just becomes like a massive short squeeze. So not a huge fan, but I do have to chart it out. Okay, why are buyers coming in here? And why did sellers come in here? That's pretty freaking big of sellers. Okay, clear reason why sellers came in here. Obvious rejection right here. Okay, and then we have resistance right here as well. For support, 235, you can see exactly why buyers came in. Let me actually look at that. 235, okay. Kind of like that. You break below 238, you head towards 3. I kind of like that level. This would be my trade setup on it, actually. I kind of like this one out. Just for this zone, not up to here, but like from 240s to 3s. Kind of like it. I think we probably get a pop. This is probably one of my, not ignoring this, right? I talked about that, ignored that, but from here to here, this looks like a pretty nice trade setup. Pretty clean, pretty smooth, clear plan. That's GDTC. Let's write that. Okay. LCFY, we went over that. We want to see 7 become support. Okay. LGVN, 417 is our line, right? We've been holding 417. We got a pop to 413 at 430. Did anyone take that 417 pullback? It's actually setting up so nicely. Did anyone take that 417 pullback? I like this setup. LCFY is trying to show some strength, holding, hasn't tapped 650 yet. What I do like about it is that I want the sellers to use all of their power here before touching 650. That's actually kind of nice, right? They use all their power here, keep unloading here, so buyers still have liquidity left here, right? Buyers are still waiting. So while sellers use their liquidity, buyers come in fresh and push this out, right? So if they have no more orders left, that's actually really good. So it could be coming down to 650, maybe it doesn't, right? But just watch that 7 to flip into support. We have room to 9, as we saw on the larger time frame. But yeah, I think that's the game plan for today. We went over all the stocks. I have my paper here in which I wrote down as we were going, and now after I get off the stream, I'm gonna pull up my charts and just look to execute my game plan. So I'm gonna be trading here with my Discord. You guys want to go over MLGO? Okay. MLGO. So we've seen it run from all the way to 20, right? But right now it's on a major decline. This is just manipulated behavior, right? I'm pretty sure China. Okay, let's see. There's a lot of overhead supply here, right? Tons of sellers. 324, what's going on? I think I would have to wait more intraday on this setup rather than actually try to look for a beautiful entry, just because there's so much decline, right? So either it could be a short squeeze or it could be a complete, like, every pop is super rough trade. I don't know. I can't tell right now. But for the only thing that I would have drawn out right now is this right here. Let's use the higher one. All right, rejection here, rejection here. We'll see what happens here if we start to pop and pull back. If we do pop and pull back, I'll take an entry into this zone. Okay. So if MLGO bases, I'm looking for a pop, pull back into this previous zone. Okay, and then I take that entry up. Is that clear? You said LPA is going nuts, so. Oh wow, yeah, it's pretty expensive stock. Yikes. What's the flow here? 3 million flow. Wow. Okay. Keep it on watch just to see if their volume goes there, but. Oh, does the daily have even more room? That's funny. It's probably going to be a halter all day. I don't know. I find these tough to trade. These are tough trades for me. I think you just, like, this is more so one, like, you like, I would take like 500 shares here. And then just kind of ride it out to, like, whatever, like 50, 100, whatever. Just kind of whenever I'm tired of it. And just have a trailing stop loss type thing. Yeah, just 21, you just hold it for fun. Maybe if it goes to 50, you make a bag. If not, doesn't really matter, right? But yeah, that's it for today. If you guys enjoyed the stream, make sure you guys subscribe, drop a like. I'll be here on Friday. If you guys want to come trade live with me, you guys can check the top link in the description, mmlinks.co/7days. You guys can check that out. So I'm about to hop in the Discord, and you guys will see how we do today. So other than that, it's been Minnie. Peace.